Thank you for joining us here on WHAS11 News at noon. I'm Gabriel Gonzalez in for Brooke Ash.
And I'm Matthew Willoughby.
All right, we're going to kick off with weather today. It's important to talk about today because unfortunately we're in another weather advisory impact alert day. It's hot out there.
Oh yeah, it surely is hot, and that's why we do have that weather impact alert day for you for some extreme heat and humidity. Is likely going to be the last days and also one of the hottest days we've seen so far this year. So we do need to stay hydrated. We do know that some of those JCPS school afternoon activities that are outdoors will be canceled for today. So yeah, it is certainly going to be a hot one outside. Eventually, we'll see temperatures well into the mid to upper 90s. And if you take a look outside right now, overall, still seeing temperatures into the upper 80s and low 90s, 88 degrees in Louisville, 89 in Jeffersonville, out into Springfield, already 93 degrees. But what about those feel-like temperatures? Already into the low to mid 90s out there, 97 degrees in places like Jeffersonville, 93 in Elizabethtown. So yeah, we are really warming up for the start of this afternoon. As we look at those current alerts, we are under a heat advisory until 8 p.m. tonight. So that involves Jefferson County and most of our areas just west of our area for us as we head towards this afternoon. Now, we do need you to beat the heat. Overall, stay hydrated. Wear those loose, light-colored clothing if you can, and know those signs of heat exhaustion, whether that means cool skin, headaches, and also check on those elders and make sure you always check your back seat for any children or pets. As we look at that hourly planner, really cranking the heat up over the next several hours. Back into this afternoon, 94 degrees, and we'll start to usher in a few late showers and storms by this afternoon. Now, what's ahead though, we got a big cool down that you'll like a lot by the end of this weekend and also back into next week that I'll be talking about in just a few minutes. We'll send it back over to you, Gabe.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Matthew. That extreme heat making waves across Kentuckiana today. JCPS has canceled all outdoor sports, including extracurriculars. The district cited extreme heat as the reason for the cancellations. Officials did not say air-conditioned gyms and other indoor areas. They actually may be used for activities. And once again, the Louisville area is under a heat advisory today with temperatures expected to reach the upper 90s and even the feels-like temperatures expected to hit triple digits at times. Over in Bullitt County, the district announced all schools will be closed today because of a water main break. Schools are currently without running water, functioning toilets, or HVAC systems. With outside temperatures nearing 90 degrees, school officials say it is not safe to keep buildings open for students and staff. This is not an NTI day, according to BCPS officials. High school students who were already picked up by their bus this morning were returned home. In a social media post, the district said there's not a timeline for when services will return, but the situation is being monitored. A woman is dead and a man is hurt after an incident in downtown Louisville. LMPD said officers first got a call about a stabbing on South 8th Street at the Avenue Plaza Apartments around 1:30 this morning. Officers found a woman shot and killed inside an apartment. Shortly after, they found a man outside of the same complex who had been stabbed. He was taken to a hospital and will be okay. LMPD officers are trying to figure out if there's any connection between the victims and what a possible motive could be. LMPD does not know who did this and asks you to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD if you have any information. More details surrounding a murder in Jeffersonville last Friday have now been released. We do want to warn you that the details in this developing story continue to get even more gruesome. Bryce Winicky is accused of killing and decapitating his father, Eric, in Jeffersonville. Court documents say Bryce called him, quote, the evilest person on earth, even telling his mother he had cut his head off. Our Ian Hardwitt has been going through the details.
It's been pretty traumatic.
The traumatic death of Eric Winicky happened on Summerlin Place, but it's not clear when the death happened. According to a probable cause affidavit, Bryce Winicky's mother, Ann Winicky, first called Jeffersonville police on the morning of August 15th. Shortly after, she called her son, Bryce. Police say that Bryce told his mom, quote, I killed him. I went over to Dad's because he is the evilest person that ever lived. I cut his head off. Those details came out in newly released court documents for the case against Bryce. He's charged with murder and the abuse of a corpse. Security video from Eric's house shows Bryce leaving with a plastic bag police believe had the father's head inside. That was on August 15th, just before Ann called the police. However, nighttime security cameras show what they believe is Bryce walking up to his father's house before midnight on August 13th. Police say they found a white plastic bag with Eric's head inside of it in Bryce's bedroom after his 4-hour standoff with SWAT leading up to his arrest. Bryce had holed himself up inside his mother's house where he lived, half a mile from his father's. Inside the father's Summerlin Place home, police described a bloody crime scene in Eric's bedroom. A detective said the man had been stabbed and a blade was found nearby. Neighbor Sandy Cook said it's been empty since Saturday.
You see the guy one day going out to get his mail, and the next day something that horrible happened right in your yard next door.
And Bryce's mother told police that Eric stopped responding to her messages on August 14th, the day before his body was found. Ian Hardwick, WHAS11, on your side.
Bryce's mother, Ann Winicki, was divorced from Eric, but they spoke frequently over the phone. She warned him their son was, quote, delusional. Bryce Winicki was originally scheduled to appear in court on Monday, but was delayed due to Winicki's medical issues. He's now due in court in the next hour at 1:30. WHAS 11 News will be there. We have new updates in the Crystal Rogers case. Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson's sentencing set for Thursday is delayed. The two men were found guilty in connection to Rogers' murder in July. Now, according to court documents, Joseph Lawson is experiencing serious health issues, leading the court to delay the hearing. Jurors recommended life in prison for Houck and 25 years for Lawson. The sentencing in Bardstown is now set for Wednesday, September 17th. Kentucky State University in Frankfort remains on high alert following a weekend shooting on campus, injuring 2 people. It happened just after 2:30 in the morning on Sunday. Police in the capital city say an unknown person shot several times from a car near Young Hall. 2 people who are not students were hit. Both were taken to the hospital. One of them is now out. KSU is taking precautionary steps by remaining on heightened alert and allowing only registered students with valid student IDs to access residence halls. They have also requested increased patrols by campus police and security. A woman is dead after a rollover crash in southern Indiana. It happened just after 5 o'clock last night on I-65 near the Sellersburg exit. Indiana State Police say a 70-year-old passenger, Gloria Jones, was thrown from the car after a Ford F-150 attempted to merge into the far left lane, hitting a Chevy Malibu. Police say they lost control and spun into the median. Both drivers had minor injuries. Jones died at the scene. The interstate reopened just before 8:30 last night. New at noon, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg says there's a new ordinance by Metro Council to crack down on copper wire thefts. In collaboration with the Critical Infrastructure Task Force, the new ordinance increases penalties for copper wire thieves and makes it easier for police to prosecute them. That task force was created last October. Greenberg said 7 people have been arrested in connection to those thefts and damaging critical infrastructure. Greenberg believes the new task force is working.
In recent years, Louisville was among the top 5 markets nationwide where AT&T saw incidents of copper theft. Today, Louisville is no longer even in their top 30 markets for copper theft incidents for AT&T.
That task force includes Metro ABC, LMPD, and other agencies.